Hey there, thanks for stopping by. So this video is going to be the first of a series of videos that are going to give you some very simple self-care techniques involving self-touch, and hope you enjoy it. Begin by lying on your back and just rest here for a short while, listening to your breathing. Get a sense of how your body rests on the floor. And you can have your legs long, or if you prefer, you can bend your knees and stand your feet, whatever's more comfortable for you. Now bring your hands to be on the floor right by your side. And then place your right hand on your belly. And then put it back on the floor again. And then just repeat that movement a number of times, but as you can see, it's a very simple movement, nothing special. So don't do it quickly, and instead do it very slowly so you can feel how the pressure of your elbow against the floor changes as you do this. You can begin to feel the reverberations of this small movement into your upper arm and into your shoulder. And then leave your hand resting on your belly for a moment. Just breathe. Feel how the movement of your breathing pushes your belly into your hand. And then slowly begin to slide your hand up your belly towards the bottom of your breastbone. Just slide it up and slide it down. And then each time you make the movement, slide it a little further. And notice there's a certain moment where you slide it far enough that your elbow begins to lift off the floor. When you get to that point, go back and make the movement a few times and really pay attention that you don't somehow increase your effort in order to lift the elbow off the floor. Even though it's more weight now, see if there's a way that the movement can be smooth and uninterrupted. And that's more likely to be the case if your breathing also remains uninterrupted. And so slide your hand all the way up to the top of your breastbone, and then slide your hand down the breastbone to your belly and put your hand on the floor. And just do that a few more times, slowly. But notice how this simple movement of your arm is maybe creating a small change in the way that your back contacts the floor. And the next time that your hand comes to the top of your breastbone, now begin to slide it along your collarbone towards your left shoulder. And here you can just move again slowly, no hurry, but move from the top of your breastbone out to the tip of your shoulder blade and then come back. Just get to know the shape of the collarbone. You'll feel that it's possible to touch underneath the collarbone, above the collarbone. And then when you get to the top of the shoulder blade, maybe you can just touch the top ridge of the shoulder blade. You're not trying to massage yourself or stretch anything or pull on anything. You're just outlining these landmarks. And then come back down the collarbone to the top of your breastbone. Slide your hand down your breastbone to your belly, and then lay your hand on the floor. And just notice if your breathing moves differently through one side of your chest now. And how does your right arm rest on the floor compared to your left arm? slowly roll your head a little bit from side to side. See if there's a difference that you can feel in your neck. Okay, and now you're going to begin to do a similar thing with your other arm, but start slowly. Just put your left hand on your belly and put it back on the floor. But since you already know basically what you're going to do here, maybe you can go a little bit deeper into the process in terms of how you pay attention. So as you begin now to slide your hand from your belly to the bottom of your breastbone, and then after a couple of movements, maybe you begin to slide further up. Again, listen not just to the sensation of your hand passing over the front of your body, but feel, when does the elbow lift? What's happening in the shoulder joint? Can you sense your shoulder blades sliding over the back of your ribs? And then eventually you're going to come to the top of your breastbone, and you're going to move from the top of your breastbone out to your right shoulder blade. You're using your left hand, so you're reaching across yourself along your right collarbone, and go out to the tip of the shoulder, come back to the top of the breastbone, and go down the breastbone to your belly. Put the hand on the floor. Maybe take a breath or two, and then repeat this process again. Notice if your breastbone turns a bit when you're reaching all the way out to your shoulder, your left shoulder blade will be coming away from the floor. And then feel when you bring the arm back down what happens. And now keep doing this movement, but alternate. Once make the movement with your right hand, reaching up to the top of the breastbone and out to your left shoulder and returning. And then make the next movement with your left hand, coming up to your belly, up to the breastbone, along the right shoulder, or rather along the right collarbone, out to the right shoulder and back. And just see if you can detect any slight or maybe not so slight differences between your experience of making this movement with the one arm and making this movement with the other arm. And if you can, slow the movement down even a bit more. Imagine that your arms are half asleep and that you have to draw on the movement of your chest, of the rotation of your spine. Maybe you're rolling your head a little bit side to side with the movement. Feel that this movement comes more from the center of you. It's not just something you're doing with your arms. And after a while, you can bring both arms back down to the floor and rest. Try rolling your head just a little bit left and right to see how that is now. See if you can feel the movement in your chest. And that might be enough for now, just to give you a little more sense of ease, a little more sense of calm, an easier breath, a little more sense of a opening through your chest. So when you're ready, you can bend your knees, stand your feet, roll to your side, and slowly come up into standing. and continue with your day.